Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here, and
Sous chef.
Brad. He's the one in the fridge right there. Kind of wait right here, hon. We are here today to do a never-before-made recipe of Jamaican banana bread. So bear with us. We're gathering ingredients. I gotta still wash a piece of my KitchenAid because I just made chocolate chip bar cookies with reduced sugar. And yeah, they turned out really good. Sunday, we usually spend that day cooking a bit more. You know, because during the week, you're always a little busier. So, anyway, this is my KitchenAid, which I nicknamed Aunt B. Because Aunt B was always busy cooking.
She was your hero.
She was my hero. I loved Aunt B. Still do. I always spray my paddle in my bowl. You always start with your soft ingredients first. I will put the whole recipe below. Can you see if the butter is softened? It calls for, and I have doubled the recipe. So, it normally calls for 1/4 of a cup of butter or margarine softened. So, and this I got a little bit more than softened, but that's okay. So that goes in there. I need a scraper. Where are all my scrapers?
There was one on the top.
Here's one. Oh, no, that one was dirty, hon.
Oh, okay.
I used it on chocolate chips.
Okay.
So anyway, this is in the way. I'm not used to filming me cooking. I haven't done it in a while. So anyway, there's that. It calls for 2 eggs. Now I'm doubling the recipe, so you're going to see double. Because I have 6 bananas. Can you hand me the bananas over there, babe?
Here's stuff.
Oh, okay. Because we keep, Brad's got kind of a compost thing going out in the garden. And you'd be amazed how much stuff you have for a compost bin. You know, you don't really think you do, but you do.
Well, just in a week.
Thank you, sweetie.
Just in a week, we filled this coffee can 4 times.
Okay, now I have, cool, honey. Sorry.
That's okay.
But I have all that going, and I'm going to put in my sugar now. It calls for a cup of sugar. I want to reduce that, so I'm going to use a cup of, and I'm not going by the brand name. It's just I buy cheap when I can. But I'm going to use a cup of this. And then I'm going to use a cup of regular sugar. I find my baked goods turn out best when I reduce the sugar instead of trying to go completely sugar-free. That seems to be, and this measures cup for cup like regular sugar.
Those measuring cups work a lot better than the...
Now, we got these from Dollar General. I really like these. This is the cup.
Yeah. Those work a lot better for pouring stuff into the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Than the deeper ones.
I always start with all my wet ingredients first. And then I start with my dry, of course. It calls for 3 bananas or a cup and a half. I have to have 6. That's why I'm doubling the recipe. Because these will turn really fast, and we don't like them once they turn. Neither one of us. The other can again?
We'll get it back up.
I just throw my bananas in there. I just turn this up a bit. No sense doing work that the KitchenAid can do.
Yep. And then if you don't mind, on our composting, we don't have a compost bin.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing is there's several sections of the garden.
If I don't mind, why would I mind?
Well, I
What, to clarify you meant?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got several sections of the garden where stuff didn't come up, except for the weeds, which are coming up incredibly well.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm doing is I'll dig a hole in those sections of the garden, and then I'll dump all of our stuff for composting, which is, peelings from fruits and veggies,
Coffee grounds, tea
coffee
bags,
filters, tea bags, eggshells, and then when I get a full can, I'll dig a little bit of a hole in one of those sections and fill it up, and then probably at the end of the season I'll go through and turn the whole thing over. Turn the whole garden over to get it all mixed in and everything, which should.
So it's a compost hold instead of a bin.
And that should, are you coming across the latitude?
Brother.
That should put a lot more nutrients in the sand that are there.
Beasley's hungry today, not Mrs. Beasley.
And
Beasley.
Smells good.
And yeah, I'm hoping it's. May have to mash it. Let's see how we doing. What are we doing here, people? Oh, we're good. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, it calls for. Are you done explaining your.
Yeah, I'm done.
Calls for a teaspoon of vanilla, so that means some for me. But I never measure that out. And I need the rum.
Good.
It calls for. It calls for dark rum or apple cider. It calls for 3 tablespoons. So I'm doubling it. 6 tablespoons. It equates right in between a third and a half cup when I looked it up. So, but I didn't have any small dark rum, so he brought me home Captain Morgan Spice, which should be good.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You can put the apple cider. You can put apple juice. Doesn't smell like anything to me.
Doesn't it?
My sniffer might be broke.
Well, after you pour in what you're going to need, then take a little sip.
I don't want to take a sip.
Okay.
You take a sip.
Okay.
I don't want to take a sip. That's almost the whole bottle.
Yeah.
One of the things we're trying to cook a little bit more with alcohol, since that's his business. We share recipes on his page. The spice?
Not that I noticed, but
Okay.
I know it works better if you add it to cola.
Okay, I need, it calls for 4th cup yogurt. I need the sour cream. Or pina colada. It says plain. Or pina colada. I'm assuming you could use banana or whatever flavor you want. I don't have any. So I'm going to put in a half cup. Because again, I'm doubling it. Of sour cream. Should be on the top, isn't it? Okay. Reduce this down a little bit.
It's a little vigorous.
Want to get a little violent with me. So, I think I have right at a half cup in here.
That's what I was guessing.
So I'm not even going to bother to measure this. And if you guys know me, you know I don't normally measure stuff out.
No.
I just kind of cook by feel.
Yeah. And I know you told the story before, but I remember somebody was asking for your recipe, or they were looking at your recipe, and it said, some cinnamon. Well,
Yeah,
how
that
much is
was
some?
one of our daughters a long time
Okay.
ago. They wanted a recipe for something, and I wrote it out, and she was like, well, what does that mean? Some cinnamon. I'm like, well, some cinnamon. I mean, to taste. So, oh. That. I am going to go ahead at this point in time, even though a recipe does not call for it, and add some cinnamon and nutmeg, To me, it would not be banana bread without it. You know, and since we're using a spiced rum, and that was some, and this will be some nutmeg too. Like that.
So what would you guess for measurement?
I don't know, probably about a teaspoon of each.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to start into the dry. And, let's speed that up just a little bit. I need to get this lava sour cream down in there. Oh, you need to calm your little jets. I want to be violent today. Okay, so it calls for, let's see, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Again, I'm doubling it, so that means it'll be a teaspoon and a half of baking soda. I always add it in this way, and then I add in the flour. And then it calls for a teaspoon of salt, which I always do over the sink because I always seem to kind of spill it. There's that. And now we're going to add in, it calls for 2 cups of flour. I'm going to add in a total of 4, of course. Oh, can you grab me the coconut, please? Coconut, which would be optional. Like Linda pointed out, that pineapple might be good in it. Just have to watch the moisture. Or whatever else you might want to put in it. And it calls for a 1/2 cup. We're just going to just go ahead and dump that in.
Yes.
I don't know how much we have.
It's about 1/2 cup.
Okay, so it called for 1/2 cup. I wanted a cup, but that'll be good enough. You know. So this is number 3. And number 4. I'm going to buy more flour. This is a mixture of rice flour and regular flour. Sometimes I mix whole wheat flour in. I always mix it in with regular white flour. Or I'll use chickpea flour, almond flour. I haven't used coconut flour because it's so darn expensive.
Well, it's not,
But, you know, on the more expensive flours, I'll buy a small bag and mix it in with the white. Just, you know. And you just kind of scrape it by the sides. And I'm going to kick it up a little bit. Then you grab the red. Yeah. Yeah. I need them in at least probably 1 round, if not 2 rounds. It's cooked 350 degrees, probably for between 45 minutes and an hour. You know, the standard knife test. And it looks like it's all done. Mrs. Beasley was working hard. Not Mrs. Beasley. Might as well call it after if I'm not keeping it. I'm just going to change it to Mrs. Beasley now.
Okay.
Love Mrs. Beasley too. I had a Mrs. Beasley doll. So, I'm going to take this off. I was so thrilled years ago when we got KitchenAid finally.
Yeah.
There wasn't one for years and years and years, guys. So
one of these days I'll get the grinder and sausage stuffer attachment.
Yeah. So if anybody's ever looking to want to surprise us, that's what we would love.
Well, my birthday's coming up. You can say that for me for my birthday. No,
you wanted to get that one thing. Remember?
Yeah, but either way.
Yeah. Or our anniversary's coming up.
Oh.
Day after his birthday.
I thought we got something, we already ordered something for our anniversary.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, anyway, I have it.
Oh, okay.
So.
Charlie, get your nose out of there.
Out of where?
Out of Nixie's Hoop Hop.
Oh, that's not very nice, Charlie.
No.
I think it's going to make 3.
2 loaves in a round.
Yep. That's good. That's good. Here, do you want to?
Want to taste?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then it also does call for a glaze. I'll have to look that up in a minute. Well, it's your normal powdered sugar glaze. I think it's a half a cup of powdered sugar with 3 tablespoons of lime or lemon juice. And then you drizzle it over the top. And I'm sure that's optional. We're not going to do that because I don't think it's necessary. If we need it to be, it seems sweet enough. And we are trying to reduce the sugar amount. So, you know. But anyway, what I like to do too is I do like to, where is it? There it is. I do like to dust the top of my bread normally. Come on. With a little bit of cinnamon. Sometimes I do cinnamon sugar. Normally I just do cinnamon though. It just makes them look pretty. I'll show you in a minute. Just makes them look pretty. So anyway, I'm going to pause this. We're going to put it in the oven and then we'll show you when it's done. Talk to you in a bit. Bye. Okay, everybody, we're back. And let me show you. There's our bread. Right there. Let me move this back. There we go. This is our bread. We just took it out of the oven. And still waiting for it to cool off. Brad's going to make just a little bit of the glaze. Let me see what it called for, hon. It called for 2 tablespoons of coconut, if you have it. We don't have any more left. A cup of powdered sugar, or no, it would have been a half a cup. And then a teaspoon and a half of lemon juice or lime juice. And, that's not it. Oh, yeah. Sorry. And, so we are just going to mix up a little bit. We're not sure that we're going to like the glaze on it. And then you're supposed to, oh yeah, it's going to come out nice. You are supposed to pour it over it while it is still hot. So, I'm going to do this. Comes out beautiful. I'm always very happy when it does that. Yes, it's quite warm.
Imagine that.
So,
and then you said a teaspoon and a half of lemon juice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You want the chair?
Oh, sure.
Okay, don't sit down.
Okay.
Because I pulled the stool out from under you. Okay. There you go, sweetie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So anyway, I'm going to sit here while Breadman mixes up the flakes. And so that was a total for our oven. It was a total of about 55 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We checked it at 45. And then we ran it for 10 more minutes. Stuck a knife in. All that good stuff.
That sounds almost brutal. Stuck a knife in it.
It says to whisk it together. I mean, I think everybody knows.
Yeah.
If it's too thick, you might want to run a little water in it. Or a little more lemon juice.
A little more lemon juice.
I like lemon. But
I know you do.
not sure how Brad likes it.
Actually, I'm not a big fan of it in my seafood.
Hi, Charlie. Oh, see, I love, Brad will tell you, that I cannot get enough
Yeah.
lemon with my seafood.
Yeah, there was one time we'd gone to the restaurant.
Yeah, the Posies and
you couldn't finish your shrimp and like, oh.
Yeah. It was very, very, very,
very
lemony. I can't eat fish without lemon.
Yeah.
Well, I can, but I don't want to.
Okay, well, that's pretty much it.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Oh, that's definitely lemony.
Is it?
Yep.
Charlie's all excited. Then we'll cut a piece and show you guys. I'll start to go over the side like it should.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, very nice.
And I did wash my fingers, well, my whole hands.
Just your finger?
Yeah, just my fingers.
Just one finger. Charlie, why are you so excited?
Just
you feel him pushing you?
I do.
Charlie, why are you being so excited right now, huh?
Yeah, see, this is going to be nice because it's not so much.
So sweet.
It's not so much glaze.
Yeah. You might want to grab a plate. You had a black plate right over there, honey. In the dictionary.
Oh, yeah.
Brad's making kind of a lo mein type dish tonight with leftover spaghetti, but we're not going to video it because we haven't made it before. So maybe next time we'll do it. Did you show it to him?
Nope.
Ooh, it's all the steam coming
It's
off
just
of it. Look
steamy.
at that.
So, I don't know how well you guys can see that.
Okay, you want to try it?
Yep.
Burn your face off?
Yep. Ow. Ow. Oh, mother puss bucket, that's hot. Here you go, sweetie. Ow.
Okay, I'll try a little piece.
It's really good. It's really fucking hot.
Some people blow on their stuff.
Hmm.
I'm deciding.
Yes, no, I think it turned out good.
I think it turned out good, but I don't think it turned out better than any of my other banana breads.
No. I mean, it can use...
With the glaze, it's a little funky with cinnamon I added on top of the bread.
Yeah. Well,
with the lemon juice, you don't think so?
I didn't think that was that weird.
I mean, it's good, guys. It is good. You know. So try it for yourself. I will put the recipe in the description below for just the normal, not the double recipe. And if you guys try it, let me know what you guys think. So anyway, love you guys, and we will talk to you tomorrow. I hope you have a great evening. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Sunday.
That's for you, Lynn. All right, bye.